Hello, my name is Vondre T. Whaley. I am a 24-year veteran in the field of education. Currently, I serve as a high school principal and I love my job. I am also the lead admin coach at futureadministrators.com, where our goal is to provide the resources that you need to get a real interview for a job in educational administration. In this video tip, I want to talk about the ordinary day in the life of an educational administrator. In most cases, our day starts off at about 7:30. That's before everyone else gets in the building. We're there to greet the early morning arrival students to do several things. Number one, to tell them to have a great day. Number two, to make sure they're in dress code, that they're compliant. At about 8 o'clock, it's critical that the principal or assistant principal does a morning greeting. It's important for students to hear the voice of school leadership that typically comes with a quote for the day to inspire students. At about 8:15, 8:20, there's typically some type of meeting, maybe a teacher meeting to discuss some hard conversations. Maybe that administrator has observed something that's going on in that classroom that needs to be addressed. So there's a hard conversation that's had. And those conversations usually last anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. After that, it's time to get in a quick observation. So you run out to get into a classroom to check a teacher, to check students, to see what's going on in the class in reference to teaching and learning. In most cases, administrators have to observe anywhere from 10 to 15 classes per week and give that teacher feedback. So it's important to get in those observations. So right around 9:30 or so, there may be a district meeting. And in that district meeting, you're discussing data, school data. What type of interventions can you put in place to help your school improve? So this is a conversation that you're having with district leaders, which requires you to do some type of planning or to give some type of report back. Now, usually those meetings last probably about an hour or so. So after your district meeting, it's more often than not, you have another meeting set up, and that may be with a parent. And in that parent meeting, you're discussing teacher concerns. It may be an issue that's going on in a classroom that needs to be addressed, and it's gotten to the level where the parent wants to speak with an administrator. So now that's another hard conversation. You have to find a happy solution between that teacher, the student, and the parent. And more often than not, that requires additional intervention from the administrator. So after you have that meeting, it may be another meeting that you have to attend as an administrator. For example, meeting with guidance to discuss the master schedule for the next year, or to discuss issues that's related to guidance. That meeting may be another hour. In between those meetings, you're dealing with discipline issues, things that may come up. Now it's right around lunchtime, so you have to do lunch duty. So now you're monitoring students at lunch, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending upon how long lunch is at a particular school. After lunch, you need to do some more classroom observation, at least one or two more, because remember, you need roughly anywhere from 10 to 15 classroom observations a week. So you're going back into classrooms to kind of see what's going on, taking notes, and then setting up meetings to give teachers feedback. Towards the end of the day, around about 2:30 or so, you may be meeting with some stakeholders in the community. Let's say, an alumni group that wants to do some type of special project to help out the school. So you have to have that meeting, which lasts anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Around about this time, it's time for school to end. So you do bus duty. So you go out, make sure that kids leave the campus appropriately, get on their right bus, and your day is still not over, because guess what? You have 2 games that you have to go to that evening. One is a soccer game, and one is a track meet. So you may, finish up the day 6:30, 7 o'clock if it's a good day, and then you go home, have a good night's rest, and you start all over the next day. So I want to ask you, after hearing all of that, do you still want to be an educational administrator? If your answer to that question is yes, please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button, because we're giving valuable information. And also take a look at the description. We have a great course, how to get a job in educational administration, that you may be interested in taking, because it's going to give you the slight edge above the competition. As always, my name is Vondre T. Whaley. I'm the lead admin coach at futureadministrators.com. And remember, you deserve to be an educational administrator.